I don't think it's about nerves, but I think everyone feels that there's a big game on the horizon. I think, Man City players and staff and everything will feel it, and so do we. Of course you do. There's, it's, probably the one game this weekend that the whole world will be tuning into.
My next guest is a gent whose career is a hero's journey, proving what's possible if you put in the hard graft, the extra practice, maintain the unshakable belief. He's a bloke who refused to give up after being cut by Celtic as a 15-year-old, willing himself on to become an essential part of Jurgen Klopp's singular Liverpool. Kind of player who can't be intimidated, won't be outworked, once prompted Jose Mourinho himself to say he was still tired just looking at Andy Robertson because he made 100-metre sprints every single minute. It's a joy to welcome back Mr. Andy Robertson.
Hello, America.
Andy, what a weekend to speak to you. You moved to Liverpool summer 2017. You've said that before you even met Jurgen Klopp, you, quote, heard his laugh from a mile away. And then you got one of those signature Jurgen Klopp hugs. Andy, we're in the final episode of Klopp's version of The Last Dance now. As you look back on your 7 seasons with this remarkable bloke, can you put into words the most important life lesson you've learnt from the man?
I think just try and improve every single day. I think that's what he tries to say to all of us. Every day is a chance to improve, a chance to get better in yourself as a person and as a footballer. And I think we've took that on board. I think as players we've made that the culture here. And I think when new signings and young players come up with us and things like that, then I think they buy into that. And I think that starts with the manager and his coaching staff.
It's somehow been 5 years since Liverpool's original mentality monsters outfought, out-cornered Barcelona, that incredible 4-0 comeback win in the Champions League semi-finals. But this year's team, they're almost like mentality monsters 2.0. Scored a 90th minute winner 18 times in the Premier League under Jurgen Klopp. It's a team that gives everything right till that final whistle. Can you explain to those of us on the outside world, Andy, how does this team seem to always find that strength, that belief in the final minutes?
Yeah, I think we just never give up. I think we always, we always believe that we're in a game. We feel as if, we're one of, if not the fittest team in the league or in the Europa League or whatever competition we're in, and we believe that we can outrun our opponents. And near the end of the game, that's when people can get tired and people can maybe make a small mistake or whatever, and we believe that we can capitalise on it. And I think, that's why, when we're behind in games or when we're drawing games and we're going into the dying engine of the game, then we keep going. All we need is one chance, and we know we've got quality in our squad to take that. And I think we've shown that over the years, and we've shown that this season as well. And we'll need to keep showing it because every game's competitive, every game's close, and if you don't go for the full 98, 99 minutes, then you won't get the result that you want.
I read recently Liverpool have worked with Neuro 11's neuroscientists so that you can learn how to stay calm when you're under the kind of pressure that can make a diamond give up. And I once interviewed the tennis player Daniil Medvedev, who told me that in the 5th set of a grinding game, he tells himself he knows he can suffer more than his opponent. In your own mind, Andy, what do you tell yourself in those final moments of a game when Liverpool do need that goal?
Yeah, that's exactly it. I think, the suffering in games, or if you feel tired or if you feel stiff or whatever, it's all worth it. Once you're back in that changing room, it's important that you have no regrets. It's important that you sit, back in your chair and you think, I gave everything in that game. And now sometimes that's not enough. Sometimes you do lose games, sometimes you draw games and things. But I think as long as you are sitting there thinking, I've gave everything to that game, then you can't have any regrets. And I think that's the key thing. The worst thing is when you go back in the changing room, you're sitting down and you think, I could have done that, or I could have done that, or maybe I could have ran more. I think, we all have games where our touch isn't great. We all have games where we give the ball away. We all have games where we maybe make a mistake. But the one thing that I've always said is, you have to be able to run. There's no excuses for that. You always have to be able to run, and as long as you do that, then your attitude can always can never be questioned.
This Sunday, Manchester City visit Anfield for what may be the most anticipated game of the season. I mean, this isn't Mike Tyson taking on Jake Paul. This is proper heavyweight fighting. You battle to a 1-1 draw in November. City are treble winners. They're on a run of 20 games without defeat. They've been the barrier between Liverpool and 2 Premier League titles in the past 5 seasons. Given the history, the possible title implications, all the hype, do you approach this match any differently? Do you feel any differently to the other games? Do you feel any nerves at all, Andy Robertson?
I don't think it's about nerves, but I think everyone feels that there's a big game on the horizon. I think, Man City players and staff and everything will feel it, and so do we. Of course you do. There's, it's, probably the one game this weekend that the whole world will be tuning into, and I think, you feel that, but it's also about using that to your advantage. It's using that adrenaline, and if you do have any nerves, using it to your advantage. And I think, whatever team handles the occasion better will come out on top.
I've seen you laugh in Lionel Messi's face, charge into Cristiano Ronaldo. What do you do with fear?
Yeah, just try and not have fear. I think when you're on the pitch, you try and play without fear, whether that's you're passing, you're defending, or whatever it is. You try and put that to one side, and I think, but also you can use it to your advantage. You can use it to spur you on to make that extra yard, to do that extra sprint or whatever. And I think we try and do that. I think I try and do that, and yeah, I think that's what gets the best out of us.
You once said you probably feel sorry for opposition players coming to Anfield because of the immense atmosphere. Anfield gets to Pep. It's a place where he's won just once, and that was during fanless football in the pandemic. When you walk out of the tunnel on Sunday, you look towards the Kop, you see that flag with your face on it, Liverpool's Scottish Lion. Can you put into words what you experience? Can you hear the fans? Do you tune the noise out? Can you tell these Liverpool fans what role they play in the team's success?
No, they play a huge role when Anfield's at it 100%, and when they're creating that special atmosphere, then of course the players react off that. But we also know that it's up to us to give them something to react off, and we have to get the crowd going with us as well. And look, our fans are amazing. They can create such a special atmosphere within Anfield, but the Man City team are well used to it now, and I think they've probably dealt with it better over the last couple of years. But like I says, it's the quality on the pitch that will decide the game. But of course, the fans in the stand can help, and we need a special atmosphere. We need them to help us. If you're at home, you have to take advantage of your crowd outnumbering them, and we need them on their toes and being ready from the first whistle. And I've got no doubts they will be. Last question for you, Andy. You're turning 30 on Monday. It's crazy that you and me are the same age, but as you approach that milestone, after playing football for more than half your life, if you could go back in time, what would you tell 18-year-old Andy Robertson, who was making less than, I think, $5 a night playing for Queen's Park, then in the 4th tier in the bowels of Scottish football, picking up landscaping jobs on the side? What would you tell him about life and all that's to come? I think I would just tell him to try and enjoy it. I think football's so intense. I think you get caught up in the moment in it a lot, and it goes by so fast as well. I can't believe how long I've been playing football for, how long I've been at this club for, because in football you work weekend to weekend. You work from game to game, and sometimes you just miss out 6 days of your life because you're thinking about the next game. So I think I would tell him to enjoy it, try and enjoy every moment of it, try and play with a smile on your face, and because one day you won't be playing anymore, and these are the best times of your life. Happy birthday, mate, to you, to a year of health, happiness. Go easy on Everton, but to glory, Andy Robertson. Thank you, mate. Top man. And if you love that interview, watch our chat with Mo Salah right here